Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another edition of the I Am Worthy podcast. I am Brittany Noel, your host. You guys know me as a therapist, a coach, an entrepreneur, a little bit of a whole bunch of stuff. But on our podcast, you know that I am simply your friend in the journey as we are all working to become a better version of ourselves. Y'all know that we have kicked off our Journey to Transparency series. Thank you so much for staying tuned in with us. Thank you guys for your comments and your support in the chats. I love to see it because it lets myself and my guests know that we're all in this journey together. So thank you guys. I am so excited about today's episode and our guests that we have. Please join me in welcoming Miss Carolina Sanchez. Hey. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Yes. Nervous? Listen, so I am excited to have you on the show because if you guys have been following me, you've seen me post this lady because this is the host of the Nightcap on Fox 26. Mm-hmm. And I am excited to be able to return the favor of you've had me on your show twice.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to come have you on my show.
Yes. It's weird being on this side, but I'm here for it.
Okay. Now, why are you nervous?
I hate talking about myself. I don't
really?
know. Yeah. You know, like having like that elevator pitch. People have always told me you need to have an elevator pitch of yourself. And it's like, it's weird to talk about. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready to be transparent with you, Brittany.
You're ready to be transparent.
Maybe.
Listen, okay. So first of all, let me break down transparency because we're leading up to my event that is happening on March 11th here at the Exception, where we are going to have basically the name of the event is Radical Transparency. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to pull back layers and remove barriers that stops something from being seen, right? And the goal is your higher self is being blocked from being seen by whatever is in the way, right? And it could be different things in the way, whether it's, past shame, mistakes, limited vision, whatever it is, right? So the goal of these conversations is really to help our audience see that, one, it is okay to be transparent, and also what are the benefits, right? So if I finally step out of my shell and allow myself to, be seen in the way in which I want to be seen, there's benefits that comes with it.
Right.
So thank you for coming on the show today because while I know that you don't like talking about yourself, okay, we're going to ease her into this because I think people need to hear your story. Yeah. And I think that it can be very inspiring for people. Now, what is important about your story, my tribe is going to love it because we have a saying in my tribe. Mm-hmm. And when I'm pushing people out of their comfort zone, I always say you have to embody your main character energy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Main character, right?
Yep.
So a lot of people live their lives not realizing that they're living their life as if they're a supporting cast member, missing the fact, this is my life.
Right.
Right? I am the main character because it means I have to go from the background to the front.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you.
No, I love it. I love it. You're putting me out of my comfort zone. So like, I feel like I'm on this journey that you've got your tribe going in. So I'm ready, girl.
Let's do it. Yes. So I was the first. I was the first to get naked on my on the first episode of this series. So everybody's just taking turns. We're all taking turns getting naked.
All right.
It's okay. It's cool. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that most people probably don't know about you is that you went from being behind the camera to in front of the camera.
Yes.
Let's talk about that transition because I can't imagine that it was an easy or comfortable one for you.
Yes. So, in college, when I knew I wanted to be a journalist for a very long time. From like middle school. It's because of the writing and because of the getting to know people. It's the stories that people tell. I'm so intrigued and enamored with the journey of hearing people's story and translating it into a written word. Mm-hmm. Then I got to college and I studied broadcast. And, you spend time being in front of the camera. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I don't mind it, you know.
Don't mind it. Just dibble dabble.
Yeah, dibble dabble. And then I fell in love with field producing. So that's when you go on location and you're the one like gathering the facts, gathering the information for the person who's in front of the camera and assisting them. Some of them, you know, you're doing all the work and they just present, and other times, you know, it's in tandem. We're helping each other. So that's what I really wanted to do. And then I moved to Houston, to local Fox 26 Houston. I was a writer, producer, not a field producer, but special projects.
Okay.
And one day, as a digital producer, I was asked to be part of the new newscast to like report what's hot on the web. Mm-hmm. And I froze on that first one. I was like,
really?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, new. I mean, I wish I had that tape just to see like how monotone I was. And then we have this event going on over here, and like I was dead. Yeah.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Because I've never seen you. Like, that is so, her presence on camera is so vibrant. It's so big. So I'm trying to picture that, and I cannot.
Yeah. It's weird to think about. But then I was asked to do it again and again. And eventually, like, Jose Grignon, who's one of our longtime anchors and who's on a leave of absence at the moment, he said to me, he's like, Carolina, you are phenomenal on camera. Like, this is great. Like, have you considered? And I was like, oh. Like after I was, you know, still shooken up by that first appearance, I kept doing it, no problem. And I finally, because I was talking with him, I was like, all right, it's a conversation. So after that, you know, it just stuck in the back of my head. And then my general manager also wrote me a note. He loves writing notes. And he was like, he calls me Curly. Curly, great job today on the Noon. Loved your outfit, loved your energy. Awesome job. So, like, kind of flirted with it a little bit, but, you know, nothing came of it. Like, they stopped doing that altogether. And then one day, one of my managers was like, hey, we need to come up with, like, some fun new thing to do with video that people can stream or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I could do something that ABC or NBC is doing on Snapchat, where they're just giving the stories on social media. It's fun. It's interactive. Like, I could do something like that on a local level. I took that on and was the face of it, and I had a blast doing it, and people really liked it, and we were award-winning, and it was amazing. And I was comfortable on camera because it wasn't live, I think, maybe. Okay. And it was fun, and I didn't have to create a different persona for myself. I feel like reporters and anchors, they do that just to be like a voice of authority, somebody relatable, somebody that you can trust, somebody that's credible. Whereas I really wanted to be personable because it was social media. Gotcha. So I didn't, you know, create a new voice to be on. I know. I didn't do any
of
that.
How people say they have like the anchor voice?
Yeah. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to deliver it in my voice. I wanted to wear my clothes. I didn't want to be, you know, anchory or reporter-y. And it resonated. So I think that was what helped me in eventually getting the TV show and accepting the position as the host. So it was a lot that went into it. I mean, this is different because now it's TV. It's not live, thankfully, but it's still, you know, a bigger audience. And people have a lot of opinions. So luckily, with the social media show, I grew very thick-skinned because people are not kind.
People are people. People are people. I said this morning, I was coming over, people were in my comments, even about, it was about the post I made for the nightcap. And someone was like, why would I listen to her? She's not married. And I was like, okay, well, if you're waiting to learn these skills until you do get married, then you've already lost. Yeah. So best of luck. Bye. Bye. Yeah, that's my favorite. So I love your journey because even myself, like getting on camera, when I first started, it was like, no. And I started on Facebook Live, right? So I started going live like once a week so that, you know, I could just give different messages. And even seeing yourself on camera, right? Hearing your voice. For me, I was so comfortable living my life behind the scenes. So like when I tell people like at heart, I am an introvert, they don't believe me because they're like, no, like you're on camera, you're doing this. And I'm like, yeah, but I had to grow into that. Like it wasn't natural. I had to actually give myself permission. And I think for me, it was giving myself permission to be me on camera. Does that make sense? Like, I definitely feel you when you say I didn't want to do what the other people were doing because it didn't represent who I was.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point to where you were like, one, I don't want to recreate what's already out here, and I'm going to give myself permission to show up as me, even though showing up as me means I'm going to be judged?
I still struggle with that a lot. So part of my job needs to be social media presence, and that I am awful at.
Really?
Like you'll see, I post maybe once or twice a week. Like I'm trying my hardest, but like, oh my God, like go take pictures of myself, like talk about myself. Like I did really well last night. Like,
I saw I saw your story. I saw your story.
I was out here doing stuff, but like, it's just, I have not given myself permission to be me in that regard. I still haven't done that. On TV I have, because I have to, right? It's the job. And the only way that I'm comfortable doing my job is if I'm myself. If I'm acting as somebody else, like it comes through.
Oh,
If I'm pretending that I know a topic and I don't know it, you're gonna know. So if I'm gonna do my job well, I gotta be me and I gotta stay true to me. Yes. And so that's why when I respond to people, like I am very honest, because I want people to engage in that same honesty, right? So like I can't expect a guest to come on and tell me their truth and get naked if I don't get naked myself, right? So when you were spitting all the truth, I was like, oh man, she's hitting me right here. Like how can I love you better? I don't know if I want to know that answer, because it's going to reveal some stuff about me.
Now listen, did you ask the question?
No,
though?
I haven't asked that question. You know, I posted your reel, seeing if my husband was going to like, hey, what's up? We going to chat or not? He hasn't said anything.
He hasn't said anything.
But we'll get there. But we actually had a very great relationship, like analysis in the last month. So
good.
So we're in a great space. But that is still a good question to ask, maybe come Valentine's Day or something.
There we go.
So on camera, like, no, I am fully myself and allowing myself to be me, because I know that's the best way to deliver the job. On social media, however, I think I have the issue of like, what's working for other people, right? Like, how is she getting all these likes and this engagement? What is she doing? What is he doing? How can I emulate that? And so many things are like out of my character and what I would do. So it's like, okay, so then I'm not going to do anything. And then like taking selfies is just like, what is this?
First of all, her outfits are gorgeous. I'd be like, who is shopping for her? Because I need whoever this person is shopping for you.
People are like, just post your outfits every day. And it's just like, oh my God. Like I just, and then like I changed, because I get back to my office and I change out of it, take off the eyelashes. And then my producer's like, social media content, what'd you do? And I'm like, oh, we took pictures as a group. And she's like, Carolina, it's you. You gotta sell you.
Sell you.
But who is me? So yes, I struggle with this still.
And I think that that's interesting, because I feel like people think that, like, they'll look at you on the nightcap and feel like, okay, this girl has arrived. Like, she's got it together, not realizing that you're just at a different stage of your journey. Because some people would never have even accepted the opportunity because they didn't feel ready. Right? Knowing that, okay, I may not be all the way there. How do I still show up in my life on camera, right? Willing to be the main character while I still may doubt, have I arrived? Am I ready? Do I have what it takes?
Yeah. I struggle with that a lot, is like, and I analyzed this the other day. When I took the job, I would tell people, I took it because, so actually, let me backtrack a little bit just to set the stage. I had two opportunities.
Okay.
My manager from the digital team had quit, and I was a shoo-in for that job. Like, I had just gone to school at Columbia University for data analysis and data visualization so that I could help my journalism career. And I had like a whole path. And then I also was presented with this opportunity to host a show. And I talked to my husband. I was like, dude, what should I do? And he's like, the money, girl. And if the money's at the manager position, like, that's what you got to do. And the thing about the manager position is that that's a guarantee. Like, they're not going to get rid of that role. Whereas this show,
Who knows?
it could fizzle out in a year, 2, 5. So that's not a guaranteed gig. And maybe I could fail at the manager position, but it's not a position that would dissolve.
Right.
So that would be
security.
It's
Security.
Mm-hmm. So my teen son is here with us this weekend because he lives with his mom, and I pose it to him, and he's like, take the hosting gig, have fun for a year. And I was like, have fun. Yeah, why not? Have fun. So I've been telling people like, yeah, I took it, and I'm gonna have fun for at least a year. And so then I've been on this self-reflection journey, and I was like, why do I say that? Why am I limiting myself to that year? Why am I not putting myself forth and realizing like, Carolina, you could do amazing for a decade. Why are you limiting yourself to having fun for a year? And so I'm in that. I'm sitting in that. Like, why have I limited myself to that year? It's like I'm telling people like, hey, I'm probably going to fail in a year, so you already know because I've told you that I'm expecting to just, be okay in a year, and I'll be fine because I had fun. Like, why am I doing that? I don't know the answer, Brittany, but it's what I'm sitting in.
Do you think that when I give myself a deadline, I'm trying to control the outcome?
No.
Okay.
For me, it's like in the analysis, what I think I'm doing is like, if I fail, well, I knew, right?
Bracing myself.
Yeah. It's more like preparing for the worst and accepting the worst, as opposed to walking in like manifesting success, right? Like my contract is a 1-for-1.
Right.
So what that means is I'm under contract for a year, and then the company has the option to add the other year.
Gotcha.
So that's why I said, like, I'll have fun for a year, and then, hopefully they renew my contract. But, like, why am I living like that? Like, it's mine, right? I'm the host of the show. I was chosen for this opportunity. So
I am the main character.
I am the main character. And why am I giving myself 1 heart for this journey? Like, I get 3, and I can still level up and get more lives. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard. Brittany, it's hard.
Listen, and I think that what you're saying is so profound, because I want people to see that the whole purpose of transparency is realizing that there's a duality, right? That I could be operating on this show, doing phenomenal. It's growing. You guys have a great team. Like, you're producing. It's there. I had my last guest tell me, he was like, Brittany, you're upset because I voiced all of my issues. And he was like, Brittany, like, you're frustrated, and you're angry, and you're upset, but you're living the dream. Like, do you realize that? Like, do you realize that there are people right now who cannot say that they are living their dream? So you're in the middle of your dream, preparing for the nightmare.
Right.
Right?
Why? Why do we do that? Why not enjoy the dream?
Because I think on some levels, we get so wrapped up in, is it really a dream? Right? Did I just luck up? Was it kind of like, I just got this grace and this favor for this season, but it's not going to last. There's no way it could last. Right? And I think even how you were analyzing the first job that you were offered with that safety, we're so used to taking what's safe that anything that comes with the risk, it's like we're programmed to reject it.
Yeah.
There's no way this is going to work out. And so we brace ourselves for, okay, I see you trying, but it's like that little voice in the back of your head that's like, okay, well, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the have fun for a year.
Have fun for a year.
That's my have fun for a year.
And what if we turn that into have fun for 5 years?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to be saying. I mean, for me, it should just be I'm having fun, right? Like, even if it does end in a year, if it lasts for however long, hopefully years. Hopefully it turns into something better or greater. Why did I limit myself to the year? Why did I, as you were saying, like, we're in the dream, did I just luck up? Like, I'm gonna wake up any moment now, or it's gonna turn into a nightmare any moment now. Why am I looking forward to the nightmare? Why am I looking at that year-end mark like they're gonna say, Carolina, your contract's up? Why am I looking at that moment as opposed to enjoying where I'm at?
And I think that we underestimate, it's like taking the fish out of water, right? who I am now, even what I'm doing, like even with my event space as an entrepreneur, even as a coach, like we plan for what we think success is going to look like.
Yeah.
And you thought success was going to look one way. And now here you are being successful in a totally different way. And it's hard for us to accept it. It's like the fish keeps wanting to go back to the water. It's like, no, you grew legs.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy the legs.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, water is what I know.
It's what I know. That's where I'm comfortable. Okay. These elements out here. What is this, Brittany?
Exactly. So it sounds like to me, you're at that place where you're learning, how do I embrace the new life, the new identity? Because what if this version of Carolina is here to stay?
Right. And that's how I should be living, right? Like, hey, this is who I am right now, and let me just dance and enjoy my new legs.
Do you like yourself better with who you are today?
Yeah. I do like who I am. I am definitely more certain of who I am, and do protect my energies, and am very transparent in my relationship with my husband, and me knows me. And I'm very happy about that, because I'm accepting of who I am, and I'm in my truth. So it sounds like a total, it sounds like this person that I am should not be worried about, the nightmare to come, but I still am, right? Like, even though I'm very comfortable in my skin, I am Carolina, and I'm arriving as Carolina, and always will, from here on out, because now I've faced my demons, basically. I still have these random, scares and nightmares that are little demons under the bed that I'm just waiting to pop out, even though they're not there.
She says, even though they're not there.
They're not there. Are they there? What are you telling me, Brittany? There's demons under my bed.
There's no demons under your bed. I think we can be our own worst critic, right? Yeah. And it's really getting to that place where we just say, you know what, I'm just going to accept the upgrade, right? I told my tribe about my computer has been trying to get me to accept the upgrade for I don't know how long now. And I just to say, would you like to upgrade? No, I want to keep the same operating system because I know how that works and I know what to expect and my life is easier. But it's being comfortable in something simply because it's always been that way.
Right.
Right.
The problem with your computer, though, Brittany, is that you're going to run out of RAM because you've grown as a person, learning more, and the computer's not going to keep functioning unless you upgrade, okay?
I'm glad you guys have enjoyed this episode with Carolina.
Get out, ma'am.
Okay, I don't need another person telling me to upgrade my electronics. I hate upgrading electronics. I just cannot stand it. But yes, you're correct. I was getting to that. Okay. What happens for my computer cannot happen in life because then we forfeit opportunities. Right. I'm curious to know when it comes to how you are showing up today, do you feel like there's any regrets, like anything I would have done differently? Do you think that you would have come to this version of you sooner?
Possibly. But I think I needed to go through everything to realize my potential, right? I think I was either too scared, because like in college, as I said, I enjoyed being on camera, it was fun.
Right.
So maybe I thought like, maybe it's not for me kind of thing. And maybe I just pushed it aside and was like, actually, I enjoy this field work. And I could have probably done field work and been on camera,
True.
And instead of saying, hey, I'd like to be on camera and do fun work, I just wanted to do a whole bunch of work and lie about not wanting to be on camera. And now here I am. But then, that one time the first time that I was on camera here in Houston, I was like,
really?
I was looking crazy. Yeah, and this event here is great. Please go to our website and check it out. Like, I don't know why they gave me another opportunity to be on, because I really flopped on camera. So the journey needed to happen.
Gotcha.
I don't think if I had an opportunity sooner, I would have stepped into it and done as good of a job as I have now. I probably wouldn't have known who I am as a person yet, to step in and fully be myself on camera, which is what I think works, right? I think if I was portraying a personality, or if I was emulating other people, I wouldn't be as successful. So yeah, the journey was necessary. The regrets are probably not checking in with myself all the time and getting to know myself sooner. I think we delay that a lot as people, and doing the self-work.
What do you think delayed you in doing the self-work that you feel you needed to learn yourself at that time?
Ignorance, society.
Look, didn't know it was important.
The peer pressures. Yeah, I didn't know it was important. You know, just going with the flow as we enter our adulthood. Like, I don't think I'm an adult yet. I'm still growing. Like, hello, my kid keeps me young. Okay, and I'm like, what? We got to do responsible things. I just want to watch Mickey Mouse House with you all day. Okay.
Yes. Listen, as a full-grown adult, Mickey Mouse House sounds wonderful right now.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yes. And I think we can be delayed for different reasons. I think at the end of the day, I always say, no one told me it was important. Like, no one told me what the consequences were of not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's real consequences that come with not knowing who you are. But what you said is very true, is that you can't really regret the journey, because had we known sooner, I mean, what would I have done with that information?
Right.
Now, on the back end, I can look at, well, you could have did this, you could have did this,
Right,
you could have
right.
did all this. But in that moment, when you're in the middle of those times, you know, the things that happen were necessary.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But now I'm thinking about your like upgrade, your computer upgrade, and it's like, you know, I'm very comfortable with myself as a human being and as my person, but it's like, am I upgrading? When you said upgrading, it's like, you know, now I'm a host on TV. How have I incorporated that into knowing who I am? And how is that limiting, how is not knowing who I am fully in that regard affecting why I'm not on social media? You're making me question a lot of things now. I was like, yeah, I totally know myself, but Brittany, actually, like in this conversation, I'm realizing I haven't upgraded my software.
Well, I think that it's not that you haven't upgraded, because I think even when you describe your story, there's clear an upward trajectory, right? So growth happens in stages, and it comes to a point where you have to question. And for myself, I wasn't able to show up on social media as frequently as I am, as consistently as I am, until I got comfortable with my place in social media. So I had a consultation with a marketing lady, right? And she's like, well, Brittany, you know, you would get more views, you would get more followers if you did X, Y, and Z. Now, X, Y, and Z included me dancing on TikToks. And listen, I am a lot of things. What I'm not going to do is get on this app and do a dance for some followers. I'm just not going to do that. That has never been my personality. Like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is post this 60-second clip of me speaking.
Yeah.
And so she was like, you know, all of your videos are just you talking. And, you know, this is why you don't have, you know, engagement. And I'm like, well, that's all I got. And sure enough, a year later, my Instagram has blown up simply because all I do is talk.
Yeah.
That's what I do. You're going to get a photo every now and again, but I'm not going to do no dancing. She's like, well, they want to see your real life. You got to take, you know, do pictures of you, you know, shopping or drinking coffee. Why? Why do people need to know where I shop, what coffee I drink? I'm going to give them what they are here for, which is personal growth.
Right.
And she fought me tooth and nail.
And the personal growth journey that you take people on, it doesn't involve them seeing you dance. It doesn't involve them seeing you get ready. It doesn't involve them seeing you get coffee. They come to you for your message.
For the message. And so when I told her that, first of all, she didn't want to work with me. She was like, well, I can't, you know, you're not teachable is what she said. I have more followers than her now. But it's the point of, you have to be clear about who you are And once I got comfortable with this is my niche, this is what I do, like you can count on me to show up in this way. What you cannot do is, and this is why when I look at certain therapists and what they're doing, I can't even compare like their strategies to mine because that's not me.
Right.
Right. There are certain therapists who they do the comedy thing. There are certain therapists who do the, I'm real thing. And I'm like, you probably should be telling that online.
You're doing too much.
Too much.
The transparency for personal versus private. People don't know the difference between private and personal. You talked about that on the show, and they really don't.
Right. And I think that people will compromise because they think it's going to get them the following that they're looking for, missing that your following will come when you show up as who you are and you provide your service. So you have to be clear about what service are you providing. You are providing entertainment, right? And entertainment comes in different forms. So you have to decide for yourself, what type of entertainment am I providing?
Right.
That's what y'all can count on me for social media. Anything outside of that, I'm not the account for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And being comfortable with that.
Yes. Well, it's weird. Like, I've had to transition because I'm very proud of my kids. My little one is still growing, so like, am I proud of him? Sure. Yeah, he's turned into a little crazy toddler. But my teen, like, he's amazing. And so I would show my family off on social media. But now, because I'm a public person and I have haters, they have like come for my family. And so like I have to, and that's another reason why I'm like different, because I'm very open. Like I don't mind talking about my husband, my kids, my family, but I have to protect them too. So I have to keep them in mind. So like we have a family account that's become private. Like I told my son, like, hey, if anybody comes for you, let me know because I will come for them. Because you don't play with my kids.
She's like, I am not that safe.
So it's having to understand that I have to present myself as myself while also protecting my private life. Even though I love showing off parts of my private life, but these are humans that I have to honor and protect and make sure that these trolls, because there's so many of them, are...
Listen, they have nothing else better to do. Nothing else better to do.
Well, they make it hard for me to figure out who I am on social media.
Well, it's actually the opportunity.
Okay, bring me to church, Brittany, come on.
It's actually the opportunity. Because the comment that the girl made today, why would I listen to her? She's not married. That's not the first time I've heard that comment, right? What people try to do is discredit you so that your truth doesn't disrupt their reality. Right? So for me, all of the trolls, the haters, the negative comments, it was really my opportunity to stand 10 toes down into who I know I am, right? So now I get to backdoor on, this is me. Right? It's not a facade. And I think that when, people do that, they're really trying to see, can I put chinks in her armor? Right? Can I rattle her? Is she going to come out of pocket? Now, if I just started cussing people out in the comments, then they won. Right?
Yeah.
Because now they say, see, told you she wasn't who she said she was. Right? And they're waiting to do that because if you're not who you say you are, then I don't have to change my life in any way. Right? I don't have to upgrade and be a better person.
Right.
So you really have to look at it as, okay, the comments are really my opportunity, right? To show the world that despite what you say, how you show up, how ugly or mean you are, I'm going to be me. And I'm going to be me so fabulously. It's going to disrupt your spirit and how me I can be, right?
Yeah, because they're probably going back to the comment to see if you addressed it, see if you deleted it, see what it did to you, and you're still 10 toes deep into who you are.
I'm still me.
You're still you.
Still me.
They did nothing.
And I think, like I said, it's an opportunity because I remember when I was a therapist, still a therapist, but I was in the therapy community a lot more. And I had a therapist where I was like, oh yeah, because switching from therapy to coaching is very taboo. You get less respect from the therapy community. Right? So, but there's a reason why I always tell people there is a difference between therapy and coaching, which is why when I'm doing certain things on social media, I refer to that as coaching, not therapy, because it is different. So when I first made the switch and I told one of my colleagues, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a coach. And I went and did a photo shoot. The first photo shoot, the pictures were horrible because I dressed the way I thought a therapist was supposed to dress.
You over here emulating what you've seen everywhere else.
Listen, I had the little nudes on, the bland makeup, like nothing bold, with the white shirt and the jacket. You would never see me wear jackets, but I'm that's what I'm wearing because that's what's acceptable, right? And I took the pictures, I looked at them, and I was like, I can't post this. Like, that's not me, that's right?
Not you, yeah.
So I redid the photo shoot, and I had a black leather skirt with a white shirt. I forget, I think it said unapologetically me. I don't know, but it was definitely way more me, right? Way more me, and I'm still, growing into this version of me. So, I'm like, okay, this feels good to me.
Yeah.
I showed the pictures to a colleague, and she was like, I mean, they're nice pictures, but I don't think I would want to get help from someone wearing a leather skirt. I was like,
so you're saying that you wouldn't want to get help from me, is what you're saying.
Because of a leather skirt, right? Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this person had tattoos, like cussed like a sailor, and I'm just like, but this skirt threw you off?
Yeah.
But it was me living in my truth.
Right.
Right? And so when you are dedicated to showing up as who you are, you trigger people.
Mm-hmm. So how did you respond to her? She's a friend, I assume.
A colleague at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My response was, well, I guess you wouldn't be my client.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you wouldn't be my client then.
Yeah.
I said, because I would rather attract people who like leather skirts. My clients are very stylish.
End of discussion. Like, what is she going to say to that? Oh, I guess I wouldn't be your client, and that's that. There's no other point to be made here.
Mm-hmm. And that's the approach that you're going to have to take on social media.
All right, I'm done with this. You're making me do too much work here. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. It's just so uncomfortable. And I also think the other issue for me is that I just don't know what, and that's the issue, what I'm about to say is the issue, what version of me needs to be showing up on social media, right? Because, like, I'm a proud mom, as I said.
Yes.
I love my husband, as I said, and I'm very much a Latina, so I have a lot of those roots. I'm also a sailor. You've seen on the show I cuss a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm very shy when it comes to taking pictures because I don't think I look the best. My producer tells me all the time, she's amazing. She's always like, Carolina, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you got it, la la la.
I agree with her.
And so, and people love the I get a lot more engagement when I'm posting photos of myself and reels of myself, and that's what I'm most uncomfortable doing. Mm-hmm. And now I can't show my family because now trolls are coming after them, and so it's just, I'm in this weird limbo of like, the one thing that I don't like to do is what gives me the most engagement, but it's also the safest thing for me to do. So I'm just like, what version? Like, I'd love to be like, hey, I just had a wonderful meeting at daycare. It lasted for hours, and yeah, I struggle just like all you other moms with daycare situations, and 1 minute late is $5. Like, it's the struggle be real for us working moms, because I always pick up my son late. It's just,
you got to pay $5.
You got to pay $5 every minute, Brittany. That's ridiculous. I haven't been charged yet because this is new management, but
wow, okay.
This is that's my truth, right? And
yes.
I'd love to share that, but it's like it's not exciting. It's boring. Maybe. But then I'm talking about a kid that you never see. I'm just in a...
So you get to define what works for you.
Yes.
Right? You get to define what I want to put out into the world to be judged, right? Mm-hmm. There are versions of you that the world can have, and there are versions of you that the world has not earned.
Right.
Right? And so be okay knowing this is how far my line goes. You just have to draw the line.
I need to draw a line.
Right? I think that the photos and reels, I mean, you're gorgeous, okay? Seriously, I'd be like, listen, You're going to tell me who your stylist is. You're gonna tell me.
Girl, that's me and hobby.
You're going to tell me.
That is Shein.com. That is old school BB. Things that hobby finds at the thrift store, Ross, TJ Maxx. Those are.
I just hate shopping.
Girl.
If I have to go get it, listen.
Yeah, I mean, this is me on a regular, like, I'm in sweats and I showed up late, y'all. I'm really sorry to Brittany, but I showed up in sweats. This is how you would see me on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't see me in the outfits that I wear on a TV show unless I'm going out and, you know.
And I will say be comfortable with that, you know? And it's realizing who we see. I'm very big on posting. Like the video I posted yesterday was a very vulnerable video. I do that purposely because I don't want you to think that I'm this.
And that you're not doing your own work. The work that you're having people do, you're doing it too.
Exactly. I never want people to get so comfortable with, like, there's certain influencers, all you see is their happy days. Mm-hmm. All you see is their highlight reels. Mm-hmm. But I'm someone who lives authentically. So I'm going to show you multiple sides of what it's like to be me, right? Or what it's like to live in this life. Still within the confines of what I feel the world needs to be in on. I think even on that podcast episode, I told them I had been going through this for months, but I'm not going to share with you until I'm on the other side of the journey. Yeah. Right? Where some people are like, no, I'm having a hard day today. I'm just like, no, you ain't even figured out your own stuff yet. Like, so it's knowing I am, even as in what I do, I'm responsible for the people who watch me, and knowing I have to tailor my messages in a way that's actually helpful. Right. And me just venting online is not helpful. Right. Right. So you have to decide, do I want to give them leisure, Carolina? Do I want to give them, upbeat, outdoor, bar hopping, Carolina?
That was me last night.
Right? I know. So you have to decide, and it can change. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Where you don't have to be feel like you have to be locked into any one thing. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm multiple things. I'm a whole bunch of things. Yeah. And that's okay.
And that is okay. Oh, wow. We just had a therapy session right here. All right. Listen, it's okay to be me and many different versions of me.
And I think this whole conversation is highlighting one of the mindset changes that happens when you're on your journey. When you commit to being the main character, even when I'm in front of the camera, I have to keep it's a continual process where I keep giving myself permission to be in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. Because people will tell you don't deserve to be there. Mm-hmm. Your internal thoughts will tell you don't deserve to be there. Mm-hmm. Or if you're going to be there, you have to be there a certain way. So I get it. I completely get it. And as your platform grows, look at her face.
Why'd you have to say that? I'm comfortable here, remember? Look, I just grew legs. Like, why are we adding wings?
She's like, I just got out of the water. I just got out of the water.
Right there, Brittany.
But because I'm big on vision, right? And one of the things that's going to help you embrace this season is realizing I'm just starting. Like, this is just the beginning. Right. There is no 1 year mark here. Yeah. Like, what happens after year one is I keep growing, right? I think one of my friends on the previous episode, he said, I told him I keep trying to skip to the end of the story, right? Keep trying to figure out, well, what is the end going to be? And he's like, the end is you win. It doesn't mean you're going to end the way you think you're going to end, but at the end of the day, you're still going to win. Whatever the ending is you win. That's it. Yeah. Right? So I don't have to be confined to ending as the nightcap host. I can end as a daytime TV host. Yeah. I can end as, I don't know what the levels are.
I don't know what my levels are either, girl. We'll figure that out.
But the options are endless. Right. Right? So we can't be so committed to ending a certain way, because then we put limitations on what we can be. Right. When at the end of the day, the goal is I'm going to win regardless. Whatever the win is, I'm winning. Yeah. So I can show up in this present moment however I need to show up, because I'm committed to the win, not the show. Does that make sense?
That makes beautiful sense. And see, now we're talking about what I've been thinking about over the last couple of days before coming here. And it's why have I been saying I'm going to have fun for a year when I'm winning at the end? I'm winning.
That's it.
I'm the main character, baby. I'm winning. Okay.
Girl. Everybody came to see me.
Okay. Brittany, this is my shit. No, I'm kidding.
Listen, right. Everyone came to see Carolina today. Okay.
No,
yes, that's how it goes. And so I think that women like you, I always say that we have to just be grateful for women like you, because even you getting in front of the camera put me in front of the camera, which I don't think I told you. So when you asked me, like, it was always like, I was like, this year I'm getting on the news. I don't know how, don't know when, but I'm getting on the news. And that was just like on my vision board, right?
That was 2023 or 2022?
2022. And I had been doing nothing for the Brittany Noel brand, because I was building out the exception. So I hadn't really even been focusing on Brittany Noel. And then you guys emailed me, and I was like, look at God.
Hello. Yeah.
I didn't even have to do anything to get on this, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like moments like that where you realize you saying yes to stepping in front of the camera opens doors for other people who also deserve to be in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. Your yes is not just about you.
The lessons. And the thing about Brittany is, like, you were part of the pilot. So this is before we even launched the show.
Correct.
And actually, I haven't told you, our general manager, he sent us, he always gives us feedback after he watches every episode. And he was like, Brittany Noel, amazing. Great gift of gab. Let's see if we can get her in an edgier setting. So we'll have to talk about that.
Yes, edgy. Oh, I like it.
Yeah. He was like, she was, I forgot. It felt like a therapy session she was giving you. And I was like,
everybody says that.
I mean, you are a therapist. I mean, you would expect that, okay?
Right. Yes. I'm like, everybody says talking to me is like going to therapy. And I'm like, I didn't mean to.
And you have a very soothing voice too, right? She's got that soothing.
That
makes
is
you comfortable.
so one of the most funny, I screenshotted one of the most funniest comments. Someone was watching a video. She was like, I started watching this video, and before I knew it, I had taken off my clothes and gotten comfy with a glass of tea in bed and just kept watching the video.
Yes.
She was like, something about her voice is so soothing.
Yes.
Listen, I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. And I accept that.
Yes.
I do. Thank you for accepting your calling to be in front of the camera. I thank you in advance for all of the big doors that you're going to walk into. And it doesn't mean that you're going to walk into them fearlessly, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to walk into them 100% confident. But what matters is that you showed up, right? And it's the belief that I am the main character that keeps propelling us forward. Like, of course this opportunity is for you. It's your life. You're the main character. You're winning. Of course this door is opening for you.
Yeah.
And then we leave all of the trolls in the past.
Mm-hmm. They under the bridge somewhere.
Under the bridge, okay? Listen.
They ain't here. They under the bridge. The trolls live under the bridge.
Under the bridge.
And we're crossing over that bridge
Just cross
to
over.
new opportunities. And we're bringing our friends with us.
Yes, we are.
We're bringing our friends to the other side of that
to
bridge.
the other side of the bridge, okay? That's what this is for. So I thank you for coming on the I Am Worthy podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, we needed to have you. When I told her about the transparency series, her eyes were like,
I hate talking about myself, but this is fun because it's a self-reflection, and I love self-reflection. So
it wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it wasn't that bad. It's the giving the biography thing that I don't enjoy, but this was very enjoyable.
You're gonna write a book one day.
Oh gosh, I do want to write a book. Actually, I need to put that into the world.
Oh, you do?
Yes, but it wouldn't be a biography. It would be a fiction, maybe nonfiction. I have to look into some legalities first.
I can so see you doing that.
I love writing, so yeah, I have to still be able to do that. The weird thing about this new person that I am, and I know you're trying to wrap this, is that I'm a journalist at heart.
Right.
And so I've stepped away from news. This TV show is no longer news. This is fun,
correct,
entertainment, and trendy, and not news. So I still want to keep my roots in that because that's what I love and enjoy.
Right, that's a part of you.
So, yeah, so we'll be writing. Gosh, oh my goodness. Okay, I just said it out loud somewhere where it's going to be published, so it's got to happen.
High five. Listen, you say it out loud, it has to happen.
Yeah. And this was recorded, so it's got to happen now.
Right, I'm supposed to be sending you the clip. Remember when you said this?
Yeah, how far along are you on that draft?
How many pages are we in? And then, and really, you have to start visualizing your book release.
Oh, okay.
Look at her.
You're she's way too many steps ahead.
That's the goal, right? I believe in reverse engineering. So I see it, and then I build backwards.
Okay.
Right? So anytime I'm building something, like even with this conference, I've seen the conference in my head. So between, mind you, and this is something,
you better put the camera on you, boo-boo.
This is something, thank you, that I see a vision, and I'm telling you, it's like once I see it, it's over. Like,
really?
Yes. What stops me is I don't always see the steps between where I am to the vision. So I'm excited because I can see it, right? Mm-hmm. I've visualized this conference multiple times.
Yeah.
Right. The first time I visualized it, I just start crying because it was so powerful. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be great. But now I have to, okay, well, you got to make sure the AV is right, and who's going to have the microphone, and who's going to be on the panel. And then the lighting has to be right. And then remember, you need an extra photographer. So now all the steps.
The work.
All of the steps. And that's where I'll be like, do we really need a conference?
But you already saw it. You already envisioned it.
So because I already seen it, that's where I get my energy from. Right? That's where the dedication, the commitment, because I'm like, no, Brittany, like you saw a vision that was impactful. Like imagine how many people will walk away changed because of it.
You cried.
I cried.
So,
and if I cried about it,
hello,
you gonna be there crying.
Probably. I'm a softie, man. I am a softie. I'm very empathetic. So, like, yes, if people are crying, I'm crying. Guarantee.
So, yes. So that's why I said visualize the ending, so that on those days where you are lacking motivation or lacking focus, that you can see that ending and be like, oh, I want to get there. Let's write a page today.
Okay, we doing it. We doing it.
See, look, she didn't know that she was coming to have a whole...
I didn't. It's funny. Brittany and I were texting yesterday, like, so what are we talking about? She's like, we're talking about you being on the show. But I'm like, what exactly are we getting into? What's the topic?
Like, what is happening right now? She was like, what do we say? I'm like, hold on, wait. Am I...
The miscommunication. But yeah, I didn't know this was what I was coming into. This is... future planning, self-reflection, really getting to know that I'm the main character.
I am the main character. That's your whole content strategy right there.
I'm the main character.
And I always say, so when I teach this to my tribe, I always tell them the way you live your life. Mm-hmm. If you had like a reality TV show and there was a camera crew following you around all day, every day, what decisions would you make differently?
I would not be on my couch as often as I am.
Because the truth is like we live our lives like we do things that are just ordinary or mundane. They don't stretch. They're part of our routine. And you don't realize I've been on autopilot. But if I had a camera crew following me around, I'll probably like, you know what? I've been wanting to go to that museum. So let's go to the museum. You know what? I've been wanting to go on that trip. You know what? You would find things that add value, versus when it's just you, we kind of just settle for what's good enough for that moment. Missing the fact that life is made up of a whole bunch of moments. And if you're not maximizing those moments moment by moment by moment, you create this...
You're taking them to church, girl. You better put yourself on camera.
This autopilot, mundane type of living, not realizing that my moments are passing me. And instead of being the main character, I've been the supporting character. And now I'm waking up every day to a life that doesn't feel good. So if you had your own camera crew, Miss Carolina, how would you be living your life differently?
Yeah, I would be doing more. Yeah, I wouldn't be on autopilot. Yeah, that was so when I mentioned my conversation with my husband, the coming to Jesus, like analysis of the relationship and the lifestyle we had created. It was like, we a little boring, okay? We
spice it up.
We need to get out of this mundane routine because it's a lot of couch, it's a lot of scroll, and it's a lot of, what do we have to do to the baby to get him to school and get him back and get him taken? And there's no fun and joy in that, right? We're working, we're at home getting the baby doing this, that, and the third, and then when we have the 1 hour or 2 hour to ourselves, 2 hours to ourselves, we're scrolling
on the phone.
We're on watching.
Doing, I call them zombie activities.
Zombie activities. Yes, we were zombies. So, yeah, I love that. That's what we got to ask ourselves. It's like, if people are watching, if this was the Truman Show, how would you be living your life? I love that.
Yeah, it really puts things in perspective where it's like, I'm not doing things. Like, and I'll give you the assignment. Well, no, your assignment is main character energy. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Main character energy. Rest of 2023.
Okay.
Like, we're just in January.
You've literally given me the assignment of the year, main character energy. But next year, okay, so it's the camera crew. I got to look at.
Oh, no, the camera crew comes with main character. Right? Camera crew comes with main character. So your assignment to shake you up out of this is to say, okay, I am the main character of my life, right? Instagram is my TV, right? This is my show, right? When they come to my page, they're tuning into the Carolina show, right? It's not even about Nightcap. It's about Carolina because that's what sells Nightcap. So if they're tuning into the show, what are they getting? What are the people getting? And I want to give them something that is meaningful to you, right? So whatever that is for you, whatever adds value, and only you can define that. And the definition may look different day by day.
Yeah. That's the beauty of social media. It can change hour by hour, right?
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute. We're going to do a quick little story here in a second.
But you just have to commit to just being you. That's it.
Y'all see how she making me inhale and exhale like, yep, you right. When y'all watch it back, y'all going to see how many times I folded my arms because she's telling me some truth or making me, self-reflect.
Listen.
I love it. I'm here for this. I love this. This is great. Thank you, Brittany.
I'm glad. Hopefully you'll be in the building on the 11th, March 11th.
Okay.
Put it on your calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling everyone, I put it on the invites, that you should bring waterproof mascara.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, because I cried. I was like, I got to tell whoever do my makeup that day, like, everything needs to be waterproof, okay? I don't have time
to be looking and making sure
everything
that
needs to be
I'm not a
waterproof.
raccoon.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I want you there, okay? I'm sure after my tribe sees this, they're going to want you there. They're going to want to be able to meet you in person, because there's a lot of people in my tribe who are trying to make that transition from being behind to in front, not just the camera, but their lives.
Right.
So you have a lot of value to add, ma'am.
All right. I'm here to impart.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Tell the people where they can follow the Carolina show.
The Carolina show.
Yes. Tell everyone where they can find you.
The Carolina show is at the Nightcap. But at the Nightcap, please, for the show. But for me, it's at Carolina, spelled like Carolina, SZV.
Yes, ma'am. And if you want to follow the Nightcap.
At the Nightcap.
At the Nightcap.
So much easier than mine. That's why I say go there, and then you can find my handle from there.
You can find your handle from there.
Yeah,
yes. And Nightcap airs every...
it's Monday through Friday at 11:30 p.m. after I say a factor uncensored. Or you can see us on YouTube, Fox Soul, Fox.com.
There we go.
It's everywhere.
I'm going to be on the spicy episode. I don't know when. Okay.
I'm so excited. I do want to brainstorm with you off camera just to see like what you think, girl. Because I don't want to take you too out of your comfort zone.
Someone was watching the show and was on my Instagram. I was like, I'm watching you right now, and you're fabulous. Thank you so
yes.
much.
Did y'all see her? That blue fit, girl. Okay.
I was accused of having that a custom made outfit. I was like, I brought that from a boutique.
Yeah, she even told me the boutique folks, so don't lie on her.
She got that custom made. I'm like, no, I don't. It just looks like that.
Yeah, it looks great.
I love that outfit.
Yeah, it's a great outfit. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You guys, this has been another amazing episode of I Am Worthy, but also our Journey to Transparency series. I'm so excited for you guys to see how you can apply this main character energy into your own lives. I want to see you on March 11th, so make sure that you guys register for the Radical Transparency Conference, because myself, Carolina, will be there. A lot of the guests that have been on the series so far will be in the building. The goal is to get you where you need to be so that you can show up as honest and real and transparent and get the results of transparency in your life. So stay tuned for our next amazing guest. I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later. Hey, you guys, Brittany Noel here, and I am so excited to invite you out to the Radical Transparency Conference happening here in Houston, Texas on March 11th. It's going to be myself and some of my amazing friends, okay? I know some people, and we are all going to be in the building to help you achieve one goal, and that is to pull back every layer that's stopping you from exposing the world to your highest, best self. We're going to be doing a lot of identity work. Who are you today? Who do you want to be? And what do we need to do to get you there? So get your tickets, tune in March 11th. I'll see you there.